today. See that? Oh, diba? Ganda. Huwag matigas ang ulo. The sunshine in my pocket. For today's video, I would like to open my doors and let you know some stuff about me, if you only want to. And I decided to list down random facts about me. You know what? When I was listing down all these 50 items, I was actually quite impressed about myself. Char. Alright, so my real name is Irish Jane. So that is my first two names. And originally my mom wanted to name me Angelica Jean, but my dad thought that it's too girly. And if you're gonna think about that, I am a Filipina, I'm Asian basically, or Pacific Islander, whatever, and I am now here in the United States. So when somebody asks, or when I introduce myself to others, I'll say, hi, I'm Irish, but I don't look Irish. I don't look like I'm from Ireland, but I'm Irish. So yeah, I'm 29 years old and I am 5 foot 5 feet, nothing else follows. I hate to say 5 flat, 5 foot tall. It sounds too short, but mind y'all, I am the tallest woman in my family. Yeah, there's 3 women in the family, me, my mom, and my sister, and I am the tallest. So I love Cardcaptor Sakura. When I was in grade 4, I love watching Cardcaptor Sakura, and I literally cried when they showed the final season or the season finale. I cried my heart out, and I even wanted to write a letter to the network because I want them to show it again. But back then I didn't know that you can actually watch it on YouTube. And yeah, when I was in high school or college, they replayed it, or I think they showed it in another network, then they replayed it. And when I got here, that's one of the animes that I binge watch, and yeah, I'm still in love with it. And recently my husband just bought me a miniature of Cardcaptor. It's so cute. I love drawing. I love colors and things like that. As a matter of fact, I tried to make most of the decorations on our wedding because yeah, I so love arts and crafts. So that made me most creative student when I was in kindergarten. I love rom-coms, especially Korean rom-coms. I have 3 siblings, 2 boys and 1 girl. I am the eldest, and yeah, so we are actually alternating. So girl, boy, girl, boy. I am a nurse, and back in the Philippines, I used to work in the emergency department. I don't eat the filling between the Oreo cookies. It's too sweet for me. I also like dark chocolate. That's why when I was in the Philippines, I love cracklings. Yung sour, spicy snack in the Philippines. I love it so much. And when we have chance to go to Asian store, I always get that. But when I got here in the United States, I was introduced to Cheetos, and I love Cheetos. I love it. I hate snakes. There's one time when I was working at my part-time job here in the United States. One day I decided to walk from home to my workplace, and after I crossed the street, there's a snake waiting for me. So I hyper ventilated, and I don't know if it was a prank, if it was real. I didn't have the chance, but I'm pretty sure it was a snake, and I almost flagged down a cop. I'm not scared of spiders or cockroaches unless it's flying cockroach, so yeah, but I'm not really scared of those. Other than Filipino foods, I love Korean foods. Here in Texas, I haven't been to any Korean store. I've been to a Japanese restaurant or Mexican restaurant, and I don't have anything against those restaurants, but I just have my heart in Korean food for some reason. Probably it's because of all the veggies and spicy food that they have. I love kimchi. Sometimes I make my own kimchi as well. I get scared very easily. I'm such a chicken. Sometimes my husband will be just like walking behind me and I will be like scared. So yeah, probably because I've been drinking coffee. Yep. When I was in grade 1, I already know how to write in cursive. Because I didn't want to sleep in the afternoon, so I would go out and play with my friends and, you know, like go into the drainage system. It's dry during those times, and I would pick those piece of paper from someone else's notebook and I will just trace it, and most of the time it's from maybe high school notebook. So from then I learned how to write in cursive. I really love nature. I love the greeneries. I love trees. If you want me to pick between the city and nature, I would prefer the nature. Yeah, it's just so relaxing. But I love the cities at night because I love the city lights. My very first international flight from the Philippines to the US. So our connecting flight was in China, and they actually stopped me to board on the plane, and they had to scan and check my bag and, you know, like inspect me for some reason. I don't know. It was a little bit scary because of course I didn't have any clue what was going on. He wasn't even speaking in English, but when they scanned my boarding pass, it went off for whatever reason, and they said that I couldn't board yet, and they had to check my stuff. And that time I only had my backpack because all of my stuff is in Kenny's luggage. So like, what? I used to be a part of church choir, whether you believe it or not. Yeah, I sing in alto, and I actually miss my church back in the Philippines. I am a Seventh-day Adventist member as well. When I was in grade 4, before I turned 10 years old, hold on a second, there's an ant walking on my tripod. Yeah. Ayan na naman yung spotlight. Kakainis yun. Sarado natin yan. Yan. My mom decided to have a birthday party for me, and they decided that I can do a production number, so dance. And during that time, like, my body was really stiff, and it was really crazy because there was like a slide thing. My mom would need to put some face powder on my the sole of my foot for me to be able to slide, because like I was sweating a lot because I didn't know what to do. But after that, I love dancing, and I became one of the best dancers in our elementary school. Elementary school lang naman yan. My favorite OPM singer is Moira, and internationally here I love Ed Sheeran and Adele. Let me follow. Char. I have this problem of not being able to remember people's names. My favorite movie is A Wonderful Life, yung Christmas movie that was introduced to me by my mom-in-law. The movie that made me cry a lot was Marley and Me. If you know that movie, yeah, it made me cry a lot, like cry. It made me cry more than that movie named That Thing Called Tadhana. Is that the name? Yung kay JM and kay Angelica. Yeah. My favorite color is blue-green, aquamarine, teal, or anything na my blue and green na combination. I really love that color. It's just so refreshing. I love stuffed animals. So as a matter of fact, I have this right here. So this is Kiki, this is May, this is Belinda, and this is an owl from Orlando Universal Studio from Harry Potter. And then I also have here Fifi. I love pandas, so that's why my husband got this for me, and he got me something, and a pair of slippers, panda slippers. I love fries more than burger. I like dogs and cats. Back in the Philippines, when I was in second year high school, second year high school, they were renovating a building and there was a kitten separated from its mother, so I brought it to our house. Yeah, and now we have Sora, my husband's cat, and she's maybe 12 years old now. She's an old lady. My friends call me Irishy. At home, my nickname is Eres, or if we're trying to annoy each other, my siblings would call me Borisres. So because Irish, Borisres, like that, or Eres, Borisres. My sister, Moy Moy, Tamoy Moy, and my brother, Ek Barek Ek, Ong Ong Barong Ong, like that. Yeah, but I'm the only one that does not have the double nickname like May May or Irish or I know it's not a thing for me. I have a weird habit of smelling my husband's armpit. Yeah, I have a very weird body mannerism. Whenever I'm doing nothing and just like sitting down, my toe will be like this, like that. That's my relaxed state. I can do it like, but I can do it like this, but to me this is more effort than to do this. I don't really like watching horror movies. When I was still working in the Philippines, my co-workers would really want to bring me to the movies to watch Conjuring or Annabelle and things like that. It's like a waste of money for me, since if I'm gonna be watching horror movies, I will be like doing this. I rarely went to the movies back in the Philippines, probably 10 times before I got here. So yeah, my husband loves watching movies, and that's how I like was able to familiarize with some movies that I didn't know, or like just recently we watched Aladdin, the old one. So it's crazy, right? I love ampalaya. Ang palayain ka. Hindi ako bitter, pero I love ampalaya. I had a very extreme experience back in the Philippines. We had a vacation with my church mates in Cebu, and we went to Bukidnon as well. I just forgot the name of the place in Bukidnon, but we tried the zip line that they are going to lift you up to 120 feet up in the air, and then you will pull a string that will just like, you know, like release you and like do this. It was really extreme. I also like Oslo, but I wasn't really, or I am not really a fan of the ocean or the sea. I collect a lot of pens, pencils, color pens and stuff like that. If you have any questions about me, please let me know in the comment below. I hope you like this video. Please hit like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time, guys. Y'all be safe.